Alexander Dimitrenko facing off against one of the top heavyweights in his division as well from Philadelphia, PA. 23 victories, only 2 losses, 13 KOs. Former world title challenger Bryant Jennings. It is Jennings. Dimitrenko. 12 rounds heavyweight division, the IBF International, and the NABO heavyweight titles on the line.
Fast forward.
Alexander Dimitrenko. $257 pounds. 225 pounds, the official weight for Bryant Jennings.
I don't know why, ESPN makes people, like they're choosing to make people pay for the weigh-in. But nonetheless, I'm excited for the fight because, for one, Alexander Dimitrenko is not somebody you want to take lightly, especially when it's height and size. Also, Bryant Jennings has to look impressive. I got a chance to talk to him yesterday. Go check it out. He sparred with Ovation. He's sparred with Derek Chisora, a bunch of other guys too. But now he's in the mix for a heavyweight title shot because he's ranked by the WBO. Al Haymon, the top rank, have ties with the WBO, and he could be in an eliminator depending on if certain things fall into place sometime in the next 6 months or so. So, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. All the links, obviously, from my social media, been popping up. Last video for the day, man. I'm exhausted. I've been working all day, then running around, back and forth. Went to AC yesterday. That's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful casino. I believe that's the casino that used to be the Revel in Atlantic City, but I haven't been down there in quite some time, and I noticed they're doing a lot of building. Like, they're really trying to get AC back to where it was. But that casino and that hotel, like, that shit is nice. So I don't know if I'm going to the fight yet. I got to maneuver some things to be able to get out there, but hopefully the Tyson Fury fight ends in a knockout so I can get out there. Also, I'm a caregiver. So, I got to make sure that my father's cool. That's the #1 thing if I'm going to skate out to Atlantic City, for about 5-6 hours or so, because it's an hour and a half drive from where I'm at. But anyway, the fight's going to be on regular ESPN, not ESPN Plus. So that's a good thing. It's going to be, the card's supposed to start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be Shakur Stevenson versus, I forgot. Brian, hold on. I'm going to pull a card up for you. He's going to be fighting Carlos Ruiz. Jason Sosa, former WBA and WBO world champion, is going to be on the card versus Ronaldo Blanco. Jesse Hart, WBO 168-pound #1 contender, is going to be taking on Mike Gavronski. And Bryant Jennings, as we talked about, is going to be taking on Alexander Dimitrenko. You may remember Bryant Jennings from his big fight with Vladimir Klitschko and Luis Ortiz. I was actually at that press conference for that fight, and it was the biggest fight of his career. And he has some really good rounds and really good spots, especially getting in on the inside and working, which I think is his strong suit. He's not necessarily a big puncher. He's not, but he's considered a workhorse and a pressure fighter, so he's got to work off of that. In regards to Alexander Dimitrenko, I've covered him many times before. 41-3, 26 KOs, big fights, big upset win. I wish I would have talked to him yesterday, but they was gone after that press conference was over. Adrian Granat, he was a big heavyweight prospect at the time. Joseph Parker, Kubrat Pulev, Eddie Chambers, Derek Rossi, Malcolm Tan, who Dylan White fought just a couple of fights ago, if I'm correct. Credible names. Of course, you may know Bryant Jennings from fighting Luis Ortiz, getting knocked out, in where he talked about like it was a different, like that Cuban school. A Cuban school fighter or a boxer puncher can beat the pressure fighter any day. unless the pressure fighter obviously brings in that knockout power, which Bryant Jennings didn't have. And he's been on the rebuilding path with Top Rank being consistent, fighting on their undercards. So now, you know, he's headlining an event. In fact, the second event he's headlined, the last one was in Philly. I couldn't get to that one. I couldn't walk at the time. So I'm tired of shit. I'm sorry. Bear with me. We're trying to make it through. That was back in April, and now he's fighting in Atlantic City. Luis Ortiz, Vladimir Klitschko. This knockout right here, was it against Don Hainsworth or Daniel March? I think this Daniel March one was crazy. You know, Artur Szpilka. This fight, Bowie Tupu, was on NBC at Temple. Very big ratings. So we're going to see. We're going to see how it plays out. Like, tomorrow is a fight like where he's got to look good. Also, if you got ESPN Plus, you should check out, what's this called in this corner right here? I was watching this earlier. Damn, my phone is going off.
Even in defeat, made himself, again, a credible threat.
And look, I was asking about this. The end of that Ortiz fight, what do we remember about the very end? He let out this big yell, and I was asking about, like, what was behind that big bellow? And he said, look, he hurt me a little bit, but if I'd gotten through that round, I really believed I was going to win the fight. He just couldn't get through that round. Didn't blame the referee for it, but couldn't get through that round. My question is, with Jennings, I think he can beat Dimitrenko. I think he can beat a lot of the B and C level fighters. I have yet to see anything from him that suggests he can compete with a Klitschko level fighter, or in this case, Joshua Wilder.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, that's keeping it real. So with Dimitrenko, you know, he's got to go out there and do a demolition job. And going forward, it's going to be interesting to see what the next fight or what the next two fights are going to be for him, especially in regards to the WBO and the political situation with guys like Dylan White. And also, he's very close friends with Derek Chisora, so he's not going to fight him. I got that interview, too, I'm going to upload in the morning. Like I said, I got to get some sleep. But nonetheless, whether I go to the fight or not, I'm still going to be here covering their entire card. You know, so I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.